So I was very fortunate this year to draw a very coveted once-in-a-lifetime moose hunt in my home state of Idaho. And when I say once in a lifetime, that's pretty much what it is. You know, you have this one chance to go out and hopefully fill that tag with an animal that represents the species, but an animal that gets you excited.
My gospel screams of justice, my word stuck in the ground, to plant my seeds right in the evil ground I found. So I stand fast and ready when the wolf knocks at the door, with neither fear nor anger, nor will be restored. Do right, fear no man. Do right, fear no man.
Back in May of 2023, I got the email that I've been wanting to receive all my life, and that email came from the Idaho Fish and Game, and it was letting me know that I was finally successful in drawing my once-in-a-lifetime moose hunt here in my home state. When I received the email, I knew immediately I wanted to spend a lot of time before the season ever started. That's kind of how I look at pre-scouting. I just love that it's very relaxed. There's not any pressure on your shoulders, but you just can go out, get to know a unit, get to know the area, and kind of learn about what animals are in that area and kind of start setting your expectations there and what you find in the summer. So that was a big goal of mine this year, was to take my boys out and do a lot of pre-scouting, get to know the area better, get out on the Can-Am. And another thing I remember thinking back in May when I drew the tag is, man, this is like the first tag I've ever had that I feel like it gives me the opportunity to kind of set the expectations of what I want out of the hunt and the experience that I want to find in that hunt. And this is that first tag that I drew that I was like, you know what, I'm gonna set a goal to go out and try to find the largest Shiras moose roaming the unit that I possibly can, and then I'm gonna base my hunt off of that. And I'm not saying shooting a lesser of a bull or a lesser of a critter would take away from the adventure, but setting goals and standards going into a hunt I think is important. And that was kind of what I decided to do, is I wanted to really concentrate on just getting to know the area and really trying to find that 1 in a million moose, or I don't know how many moose roam that unit, but probably 1 in 1,000. And then just kind of like really hone my skills on scouting, on glassing, and then the whole hunting process as well. And so that's kind of where I'm at right now, and that's kind of what I want to experience, is just really working hard and trying to find an animal that's kind of like that top tier. I foresee this hunt going one of 100 different ways, but really one of 2 ways, and that's either this is going to be a long grind and this is going to take a while to reach that goal, or if our pre-scouting and all that stuff we've done beforehand, if it pays dividends, we might have that experience and that hunt opening morning.
Money.
Here we are, guys. This is the starting to a hunt. I didn't know how long ago. I didn't know if I'd ever have it, let alone, you know, when or where. But here we sit. It's
tomorrow morning starts the opener of my once-in-a-lifetime moose hunt in Idaho. So like many of the western states, minus Alaska, you get one chance to hunt Shiras moose. And Idaho, I was lucky enough to draw that tag this year. It's crazy to think about, oh man, probably 30 years ago, I watched my dad harvest a moose in Idaho with his bow. His Hoyt, I think it was a Hoyt, I can't remember what bow it was, but he killed a moose when I was about 12 years old, and how excited he was and how amazing the meat was. And I thought one day I'm gonna have that opportunity, probably when I'm close to my dad's age and have kids of my own, and here we are. I've drawn the tag and now it's time to go and hunt. I've spent a lot of time this year, since I found out, a couple months ago that I drew the tag. I've spent a lot of time out in the unit, setting up a lot of stealth cams, and trying to tie something up to a tree and just trying to get an idea of what animals are out there. And the reason I decided to put in for this unit is it's a unit that I've spent a lot of time in over the course of my life. When I was growing up in Idaho or living in Tremont, and after I was married, I'd always come back to this unit and either hunt, fish, do whatever. I love this unit, and over the last 5-6 years since we started hunting again with Gage and my buddy Kevin and his son Zayden, noticed a lot of good moose out there, and so I decided to put in for it, and lucky enough to draw it. But so far I haven't really found anything absolutely giant, and I honestly don't know what I'm looking to get out of this hunt. I think when I drew it, my biggest thing was like, this is the first time I've had a tag where I can really concentrate on just accomplishing whatever goal that might be. And to me, that was, I wanted to find the biggest moose I could possibly find in this unit and really devote my time to try to kill it. Fortunately for me, I know a lot of good people in this world and that live close by that have kind of helped me on this hunt and kind of showed me some places to try, and even some moose. I got sent a video of a moose the other night from my good buddy, and he said, hey, he's had this tag before, and him and his dad both killed really nice moose in it years ago, but he said, I think this moose is probably the top tier of what we have to offer, or what this unit has to offer, according to like size, and you should really go look at them. And I was kind of torn at first. It's just because I always get this thing in my head of how I want something to go down or how I want something to play out, and especially when it comes to a hunt that I've never been able to participate in before. I really have this vision, this grandiose vision of what I want out of the hunt, and I think that's super important. I think everyone should go out and be able to seek the adventure that they're wanting, and especially when it comes to the outdoors. If it's legal, you should be able to go and experience that adventure for however you want. And so I was a little torn just because it's not in a typical spot I thought I would be finding moose or hunting moose with the visions I had when I drew it, but it's the opportunity to really go and hunt a really big moose. And so I was torn at first, but now, talking to some guys and talking to Logie, I was just like, we could go and try something new the first day. Like I said, I've set up a lot of stealth cams. I don't have anything that's been hitting the stealth cams so far that is just like a no-brainer, but I've seen a lot of moose on the trail cams. But we could have went and tried something, and we kind of went back and forth if we wanted to just backpack into an area just for the adventure side of it, and hopefully turn something up. But this moose, it's going to be a challenge. He's living in some crazy area with big giant willows and tall grass, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be interesting, to say the least. But we got to go find him. I got to go hopefully find him tonight, and it starts in the morning. So one thing I know is I've been committed to trying to do it with my bow. I really wanted to do that ever since I watched my dad kill a moose with his bow back in the early 90s, and I thought, man, what a cool adventure that would be to try to take down a moose with a bow. And so I think I'm going to stick to my guns there for sure, and we'll see where it takes us. It's not a slam dunk by any means, but there is a big bull somewhere 5 miles in this radius right now. We just got to go find him and then hunt him. And it could come down to opening morning, or it could be like 2 months from now, but whatever that is, I just want to seek the adventure of hunting moose and give myself an opportunity to kill a mature one, and just maintain that thought in my head while we're doing this, and just enjoy it, because I only get one chance to do it. And so I just want to experience it for what it is and what moose hunting in Idaho has to offer. So we're here, we've got the JJ set up, got all the broadheads on. I've been shooting broadheads for about the last week to 10 days. I've always been a slick trick guy, which they shoot really well, kill a lot of animals with, but these QAD Exodus I've hunted, I've killed some Roosevelt elk with it, and dude, it's been flying really good. And the reason I went with this over the slick trick standard, it just has a little bit bigger cutting diameter. This is a 1 1/4 inch cutting diameter, 125 grain. So I think for a moose, that's what I'm looking forward to. So I just strapped down the hunting broadheads, took the old ones off, put the sharp ones on, And I am going to carry one mechanical, just for like a follow-up shot. You know, the QADs fly amazing. This dead meat flies really, really good. I've been shooting this thing out to 80 yards and flies amazing, but it's just a backup in case I need to take a longer shot. And I'm not trying to shoot anything over 60 and under is what I want for a moose, but if I need a follow-up shot, I want that in my quiver. So we are going to get ready and go out and try to find this big bull moose or see what we can see. And then but right now it's just me and Logie, and we're going to get after it in the morning, but we got to go do some work right now. So time's a ticking. Less than like, oh man, probably 8 hours until opening day, and probably about 12 hours until legal shooting weight. So we got to go find our target.
Alright, you guys, we're just walking to the end of this road that goes close to the reservoir that you can't see from other places. And we're walking to the end of the road. Yeah, we're just walking down this road that gets closer to the reservoir that you can't see from other parts. Right at the clearing, Casey was up ahead of me and he's like, I got him. Go get the truck and pull it down here. It's like 500 yards away, but you guys, Casey mentioned it earlier, but this is a big bull. It's a big Shiras, like really big, bigger than the one Braley killed. And it's in a weird spot where we're at, kind of the program we're doing, but this is cool. Casey's got a freaking bow and a once-in-a-lifetime moose tag that opens tomorrow. And so we're just driving this truck to the end of the road. And yeah, let's go look at this bull. Oh wow, see the big guy? That's pretty. Guys, we just found, shoot, my phone's in there. Hold on, I got mine right here. We just found the big guy. There's like 8 moose out here. And he's big. He's big, bigger than I thought. This is why I don't love where he's at, just because he's so visible. Like, there's 7 other tag holders in this unit. And so I'm assuming somebody else knows about him, which I don't love. That's what part of hunting I don't love. I don't love the competition aspect and being competitive and trying to get to the spot first, but it is what it is. And this is a big bull, big bull, one of the bigger bulls I've seen, Shiras. And he's right here, 500 yards away from me. I have a tag in my pocket that starts tomorrow. That's what's wild. When I was talking before about what I was looking for out of this hunt, I want to experience moose hunting in Idaho. Whatever that means, but I want to try my hand at really shooting a big, mature moose, and we just found one. He's big. But who knows what tomorrow brings. It's an any weapon hunt, so I could have a rifle in my hand tomorrow and probably kill this thing right away, but when I drew it, I committed. I was like, I want to kill a bull moose with my dad, or I want to kill a bull moose with my bow, like I remember my dad did when I was a kid. I've always wanted that experience, so as fun as it would be to shooting with the Weatherby tomorrow, I'm sticking with my guns. I purposely didn't bring the Weatherby with me, so there's no choices, but this thing is huge.
Well, here we are. It's 9 o'clock at night, the night before opening day. First shooting light, I believe tomorrow is 6:21, and so we have 9 hours, just over 9 hours until it's go time. We have found our target bull, and man, he's absolutely beautiful. Big bull. One of the biggest Shiras moose, probably the biggest Shiras moose I've ever actually seen myself, and not a picture or anything. And he's, dude, a lot of nerve building up in me right now. Like, I hate to be this guy, but I'm always thinking of like what could happen, like the negative things that possibly could go down. You know, my biggest fear is, I've said this a couple times, but he's in a spot that's super visible, and so it's like, how many other hunters that has the tag that know about him? You know, there's 7 other guys that have the tag here in this unit, and so I got to forget about that. And Logan said it best. He goes, let's go hunt that bull like no one else knows about him, and let's just go hunt him the way we would hunt him, and not overthink it and overthink like what could be, but let's just go hunt him however we would hunt him, and treat it that way. And I think that's the best advice. Just go at him like you normally would, and if something happens, it happens. We can't control that. We can just put our best foot forward and then do what we know and do what we've learned over the years. And I think we have a super good play. Just looking at OnX, I think we have, I haven't seen this moose in the morning, which is unfortunate because I wish I knew exactly what the plan is for them or what they typically do, if they stay out in the open for a little while or if they work themselves back in the trees. I have no idea. We've only just seen them a few times at night, and so I have a pretty good idea what they're doing. We were fortunate to see them come out where they came out at, but we know where they're at right now, and it will be fun. That's the whole thing about this thing. I want to experience moose hunting. We found a target. Let's go hunt them. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. It wasn't meant to be, and we'll just move on from there. But tomorrow morning should be super exciting, and I'm super pumped that Logie's here with me to film it, and you guys are here watching. I think this is going to be a good film. We never know going into these things how they're going to turn out, but we can just, again, do all the things we know how to do, and capture all the content, capture all the emotions of a hunt, and hopefully you guys feel like you're there with us. That's our biggest thing, is we want you guys to relate to the story and relate to the hunt, feel like you're with us. Even if you've never had a moose tag, maybe you can watch this and understand a little bit what it might be like when you get one. Anyway, we're going to eat some dinner, make our final plans, and then it's bed, and hopefully I can get a wink of sleep tonight, because I feel like I'm already nervous, which I need to lose that and just be calm and collective and excited. So eat some food, get to bed, and see you guys in the morning.
Well, here we sit, guys. It's 5:16 a.m. First shooting light of the season is 6:21, so we're just an hour away here. But man, welcome to the 2023 season for me. Today it represents the opener of the fall hunts, because this is when all the archery deer, archery elk hunts, archery antelope, no, antelopes are earlier, but archery deer and elk start today in the state of Idaho. So August 30th was always the day that was on our calendars for the opener, and so here we are, and I've got a once-in-a-lifetime tag in my pocket. We came out early. The plan was to get up around 5:45, but then I noticed I kept waking up last night having the craziest dreams about moose, but I was like, man, it's a full moon. We can see. Let's use it to our advantage. Let's go see where this moose is at, because that was our biggest question. We saw him last night. We knew where he was at last night. Where is he going to be at this morning? A lot of things can happen at night. So I'm able to actually see about 300 yards to where this moose is at, or where they were, and I think we have him. I think they're right where they were last night. And so we're just going to slowly play our play. We're going to work up and around them and try to get up in front of them. We think we know the direction they're headed, or going to be headed, but it looks like they're just laying down on the side of this marsh right now. But we can see just good enough to make out small things, but I'm 90% positive it's this bull that's laying down. So we're just going to play the wind and go slow. I've never hunted. Well, I hunted moose with my daughter, but not with a bow, so I'm assuming they have fantastic sense of smell, because their noses are like this long. So they can probably smell really well. They probably hear fairly well, and they probably can see all right. So we're going to have to play all those things into factor when we're trying to sneak in on him, but he's literally 300 yards away, and we have just over an hour until it's go time. What we need to do is come up and around. See how wet this is. Slowly just come up in here, get on this edge, and make a play. Still a long ways apart, but I think we could come up and around. to 600 yards that way. We're gonna try to get up ahead of the big one. Over here by that creek. So we're gonna make a mad dash over here. Those moose are right there. Like 128 yards away from this moose right now. I feel like he knows what he's doing, like standing right on the edge of the lake. The furthest place he could away from anything or anybody. He's not following any of the other moose. I honestly, this is my biggest worry, has been like somebody else knowing about this moose and coming and hunting him. And like I said yesterday, it's an any weapon hunt, so you could, if I had a rifle right now, that moose would be dead. Or I just shot at it multiple times, but I just keep waiting for somebody to roll in here and pop out of the bushes with their rifle and kill him. But I gotta not think about that. I gotta just think about how we can put ourselves in the best position to kill this thing. What I'm going back and forth on is, do I get like super aggressive and push the envelope and try to like walk through the open at him? I've heard people do that like on moose. I've seen people do it on video on moose. If I knew like no one was out here and I had like the next 24 hours done this thing, I would do exactly what I'm doing right now and just slow play it and just watch him. He's gonna go into the trees eventually. He's not gonna want to sit out in the sun. It's been 85, 90 degrees. So I feel like he's gonna go to the trees eventually. And so I would just play him that way and just watch him and try to, wherever he went, I'd just stay in the bushes and get in front of him. I think we could do it. So I think that's the play. I'm not gonna push the envelope and bust him out of here. I'm just gonna play it like we're the only ones out here and he's headed right at us right now. Oh, this might go down here shortly. Oh, stop. He's coming towards us. Ooh. Ooh. Me to be on the rangefinder. Yeah. shoot him again. Hold on, hold on. 80. I hard shot him, didn't I? Yeah. Oof. 80 yards. Dude, smoked him. Smoked him. Dude. I smoked him, right? Twice. Hard shot. Twice. He's back down. Dude, he just died. I think he just died, dude. I just shot free maps. Oh, hold on, hold on. Just let him die. I don't know if it just happened so fast or it just hasn't sank in yet, but dude, I always get rallied up, something. I haven't shaken once yet. It just happened. Like, that moose was 170, 160 yards out there by the lake for so long. And in my head, I kept waiting for somebody to roll in here and shoot that thing with a rifle. And then I started raking branches just to try something. And it definitely caught his attention, and he started grunting. And he started walking up towards us. And Logan's like, you might want to grab your bow, he's coming. And sure enough, dude, we snuck up 15 feet. I think we might have double tapped the camera, but I shot him at 52 yards. Perfect heart shot, ran out to 80, shot him again, heart shot, he just died. Less than 100 yards away. I just filmed my once in a lifetime moose hunt in Idaho, opening morning on the biggest Shiras moose I've ever seen in my life. Remember when yesterday you were like, man, it would be cool if we could put our hands on that thing. Man, it'd be cool if we could see that thing up close. I go, dude, do you have PHA or not? He's like, yeah. I go, it's not if, it's like, when we shoot that thing tomorrow, it's gonna be cool to put our hands on it. PHA, dude, it goes a long way. Dude, he's freaking giant. Did some work on opening morning, guys. Look at this thing. Opening morning, I waited all my life for the biggest Shiras moose I've ever seen. Opening morning from the first one. Hour and a half. He's giant. Holy cow, dude. He's freaking huge. Look at that tank. Look at this thing. Oh, crap. Well, guys, that's my 2023. That's my whole lifetime moose right there. Back the old Tundra. I think weighed it down. I bet we have, with the head and cape, over probably close to 600 pounds of meat, head, cape. Now we're gonna make a run down to Salt Lake to take the meat in. We gotta get the meat in this cooler first, and then we'll run it down to Salt Lake and drop the head off at Curtis at Monarch Mountain Taxidermy. Then take the meat in and have it cut. Still in shock. I don't think it's hit me yet. It's wild.